Hey you guys, it's Kim. I wanted to quickly go through your meal plan for week 1 to answer some of the frequently asked questions I get. So make sure you pull it out. This is what I'm working off of. So I'm going to read through mine. I wanted to start, let's start with the detox. We're going to do a detox on day 1 and day 11, and they're going to be exactly the same, the exact same recipes for those 2 days. Please know this is optional. You can always add protein to what I have on the menu plan for that detox day if you have no interest in doing it's a mini detox where we're just giving your liver a little bit of a break for the day by taking out protein. But I'm trying to still give you food so you feel full, but you might be a little hungry these days, and that's okay. That's okay. We need to learn to manage some hunger. We can't always just grab for food every time we're hungry. That gets us into many problems, correct? So look through that day 1 and decide if you're going to take part or not, or at least try. Maybe you're going to try all day, and then at dinner, if you're just like, this is not worth it to me, then you could have some protein at dinner. It's really up to you. There's no right or wrong answer to this, okay? Because even with protein, it's a very healthy day. So that's the detox. Now, I want to just kind of go through breakfast, lunch, snacks, dinners, and the weekends quickly. Morning mojo. Ideally, that is kind of a wake up your metabolism water. Now, I always put it in the morning because I believe we do our best of everything in the morning. But it's not a bad thing to have in the afternoon to add some energy. Lemon goes in this morning mojo. The recipe is in your recipe guide. Lemon is a natural energizer, and it also helps with cravings. So you could have more than 1 cup a day, or you can have it in the morning like I have it, or put it in the afternoon. But I would love to see you make this a habit. It really does wake you up and get your energy flowing. So I'd rather you have the morning mojo when you wake up, then have coffee if you're going to do coffee. 1 cup of black coffee. If you're going to do creamer, we're trying to stick. This is what we're trying to do. This is what I'm trying to encourage you to do. You have to make your choices. But if you want to really cut sugar, you got to get it out, no matter how hard it is. Even having just sugar in your coffee and like half and half or whatever, but having none the rest of the day, you're never going to completely cut sugar out. And that's your choice. But you'll still always have those slight cravings. So it's a lot of brain work. It's a lot of brain work. But some okay options for creamer is coconut creamer or almond milk. So think about those or try those this week. But green tea would be awesome. Green tea would be awesome. So you choose or do nothing. You can just totally get rid of that morning coffee or green tea. Then you've got your smoothies. The very first day it's no protein, but the days thereafter are protein. I did put exactly the smoothie I'd like you to drink each day. If you want to interchange those, that's absolutely up to you. But I'm trying to give you a truly done for you meal plan. I used to just say choose a green smoothie today out of all the recipes. This time I'm going to give you an exact one, and it just takes the guesswork out of it for you, and it's on the grocery list just as is. So if you change it up, you do need to change up your grocery list. Wednesday is an overnight quinoa. If you are definitely gluten-free or very strict paleo, it's your choice if you want to do the overnight quinoa. Quinoa is kind of a gray area. For those who are not strict and who don't have problems with gluten, quinoa is not terrible for gluten, but for some people it still does bother them. So you want to try this though. It's delicious if you don't have any issues with digesting a little bit of gluten. We can do so many different things with this overnight quinoa. This is a very basic recipe, but there's so many options you can do. Most people are not full with just the overnight quinoa, so I did add an apple with 1 tablespoon of almond butter there. And then we're going to just shift all the way down to the weekend. You're going to just make 1 batch, which is 12 muffins of these wonderful prosciutto egg muffins, and use those. A serving size for a female is 2. Males may need 3, okay? But you're going to use those for both mornings. So Sunday morning is going to be a breeze because you'll have them already made. And then you're going to want to try to save 2 for the following week. You're going to have breakfast on Tuesday. It will be 2 of those muffins. So remember that. Try to save some. So if you know that you have too many people to bake for, you're going to have to change the recipes and the grocery list. Snacks are interchangeable, but I did try to, it's pretty self-explanatory. But if you have some other idea for different veggies, you can always, instead of hummus, use guacamole, homemade, ideally, homemade guacamole. But when I say a handful of nuts, I mean really keep it a small part of your palm, okay? They say a serving size is about a quarter cup, so my gosh, do not go over a quarter cup because they're a lot of fat. But it's good fat, so that's okay. Just don't go crazy on nuts. Be very careful. On the weekend, I have these wonderful lemon bites, and I went back and forth because that's kind of a treat dessert type thing, but I really want to teach you how to bake healthy and some things you can do post-challenge. So I decided to put these on here. Usually they're a bonus recipe, but I decided to put these on here. And plus lemon, again, is energizing a little, and it detoxifies. So I thought this would be good. So enjoy those. Try not to eat more than 2 or 3 at a time. And then lunch is usually leftovers. So we do struggle with this a bit because some people are cooking for a lot more people than I make these meal plans for. So you really, sometimes if you're new, it takes a little bit of practice of how much to prepare so you have leftovers. I will discuss leftovers, but a great thing to do if you're struggling is to always, during this challenge at least, to make salad be a big time lunch. Or on Friday, I have these 2 to 3 turkey wraps. Those could be many different times throughout the week, where you just take lunch meat, nitrate-free lunch meat, and wrap it around fresh cut veggies, and then dip it in some homemade salad dressing. You can have 2 or 3 of those, okay? So that is an option if you don't have leftovers. So you may just want to look at that, think about how many people you're cooking for, and make adjustments on your grocery list. But usually, because most people tell me they're so busy, they need less time in the kitchen. So you know what? Let's make more for dinner so we have leftovers. That's my answer to that question. But again, when I put this meal plan together, I'm not making it for 4 or 6 or 8 people all the time, okay? So just really pay attention to all of that. Please email me with any questions. I know sometimes people run out of leftovers, so it's good to have ideas for leftovers. Now, some people struggle and they need more to eat in the afternoon. So an afternoon snack, I do not put it on here because I'd love for you not to do it, but you do want to plan for an emergency snack. I recommend making some homemade protein bars, which I'm going to put the recipe in the private section on the website, and I will let you know when that's there. That is something that some of you have done this before. You have that recipe already. Or use Quest bars, Quest protein bars, or fruit or veggies. That is, keep it simple. Or nuts. Keep it simple. Then your dinners, I hope this is pretty self-explanatory on here. One thing that we're kind of missing the first week is seafood or fish, and I usually try to do that at least once a week. So you will definitely see that in week 2 and week 3. Don't worry, because it's very, very good for you, those omega-3s. But man, you've got some yummy things on here this week. We always do a kitchen sink salad once a week. Just any veggies that you might have that you bought too many of, we just kind of throw it together for a salad. That's on Thursday this week. And I'm going to address your cheat meal on Saturday night, so don't worry. I will address that as we get closer. So all your recipes are in the PDF that this meal plan was sent in. So it should be a cover page, your meal plan, your grocery shopping list, then your prep tips. Read through those. There's actually a bonus recipe in there for breakfast on your prep tips. Then your recipes for this week only. I'm trying something different here. Recipes for this week only, but I'm going to put more bonus recipes on our private website page and in the Facebook files page. So I will share all this with you in an email so it's not so confusing, but you're going to get bonus recipes, don't worry. But the bonus recipes are never on the grocery list, so you have to change up your grocery list if you decide to use a bonus recipe, but those are okay for the meal plan to replace something that maybe you know you just will not like. So that's kind of long. I hope this gives you some great ideas and some help in answering some of your questions. If you have more, please email me. And until the next video, good luck. Get out shopping as soon as you can. And remember, if you're feeling like, gosh, I'm buying so much produce, I don't know if it's going to stay good, some things you can freeze. So think about that. And we can talk about that, okay? All right, take care, guys. Bye-bye.